last time we took on Derby County was at Pride Park in front of thousands of fans, and we got battered 3-0. But today's a different day, and the question on everyone else's lips is, what on earth are you wearing? I'll take a little look at it next. I'm looking forward to Blackburn Rovers' visit to Derby County, boys and girls, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We're going to know here. And Awan Aruski, that's right, boys and girls. Yes, we'll talk about the shirt in a second. Want a big shout out to the Patreons, of course, the VIP gangs, all 19 of them, support the channel behind the scenes. And I want a big shout out to a special one. That is Russell Frost, who upped his pledge. Woo! Yeah, give him some big round of applause. Russell Frost, the legend. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It goes overlooked sometimes, people up in their pledge, but for me, it's big kudos. Kudos to the guys who do that. And Russell Frost is the main man doing it this week. So well done to you. Anyone else is out there wants to join in with the old Patreon, get in the old description down there, patreon.com/Rovers. Now, on to the most important thing, the shirt. What is this? Yes, I spotted this. Somebody mentioned it on the old Twitter. And I thought, you know what, that's a bit suave, that. I'm gonna have to check that bad boy out. A month and a half later, here it is. Yeah, it's a bit, of course, with the old green screen and that, it's not coming in it's all its glory, but it's there. And it's pretty fandangly. Let's get into it then, of course, talk about Rovers going down to Derby County. Wayne Rooney FC, that's right. Of course, these two juggernauts locking horns once again over at this place. Yeah, you know where it is. It is Pride Park, boys and girls. Yes, capacity of, 33,597 fans usually. And, of course, managed by Philip Koku these days. So, yeah, they did finish last time out in the Championship, finishing in 10th. I think their season kind of went off the boil a little bit last time around, just like ours. But they're going to be in the discussion again, I think. I was under the expectation that they might have gotten a point deduction, just like Sheffield Wednesday. But they seem to sidestep that sort of issue. And I think from now on, things are looking up for Derby County. So my initial prediction of their mid-table or something like that, it might be more towards those playoffs, especially if they can get their fingers moving in the right direction. Anyway, let's take a look at the teams. Of course, Derby County managed by Philip Koku. Captain's armband is worn by, of course, Wayne Rooney FC, legend of the game for Manchester United, and more, of course, England as well. Yet to really not to reach tip-top form for Derby County at the moment, but still, I think if we can get another season and a bit out of him, it'll be all right for Derby County. Of course, Jack Marriott is the main goal threat at the moment. No more Chris Martin, who did score a double bubble against us last time around, but Jack Marriott's the goal-scoring threat for me at the moment. Meanwhile, of course, just in case you don't know, Tony Mowbray is the man pulling the strings for Rovers behind the scenes, the manager, the gaffer, the kingpin, the linchpin of it all for Rovers. Darren Lennon is El Capitano, and Adam Armstrong, the goal-scoring machine that he is at the moment. Of course, 4 goals already. We'll take a close look at the stats in just a second. Here are the stats, in fact, for the hosts, of course, Derby County's the main man at the moment. Jack Marriott's got himself a goal. Young Knight also got himself a goal as well. Assist is Josiah Rich. He's got the one and only assist in league action, I believe, and that was in the last match out in against Luton Town. Comes on debut assist. It's actually a player that Rovers were sniffing around for as well, but unfortunately we weren't unlucky to get involved. As for the yellows, a couple of players got yellow cards, quite a few actually. Shinny's got himself a couple already. Byrne, Evans and Buchanan also got a couple of a red card at least, and Tiviek get himself sent off for Derby way back when. Let's take a closer look at Derby County and the stats and figures and all that kind of jazz. They just scored the 1 goal so far, and that is in open play, an open play goal, not a set piece or anything. Of course, Marriott was the benefactor of that. As for their attacking touches, the majority of them coming down the left and the right hand side, 39% possession coming down the right hand side, 23% down the middle. As for their attacking zones, 46% of the possession is in the middle, 27% in the attacking third, and 27% also in the defensive third for Derby. As for shots, Derby County have yet to have a. As for shots, Derby County yet to fire off any shots within the 6-yard box. 61% of all their shots have come within the 18-yard box, and 39% outside the box, long-range efforts. As for where the shots will take place, well, so far, 9% of all their shots coming down the left-hand side, 22% down the right side, and 70% down the middle. Yes, indeed. Okay, folks, let's take a look at how I expect Derby County to line up against Rovers this coming weekend. I don't know if they've been busy or not transfer-wise. I think they were linked with a couple of players, but so far, nothing to get excited about. That's going to change the spectrum. I do expect Wayne Rooney to be pulling the strings in the middle, maybe even, would we go with that? He might even operate for three box standard midfielders, but I'm going to stick him at the heart of the midfield, pulling the strings again for these ones. Of course, Jack Marriott leading the line, of course. Don't expect too much change there. If they did invest in a new goalkeeper, of course, everyone had a piece of Wigan, except for us, that is. He is Andy Marshall's in between sticks there. Good veteran keeper, good choice for them as well. As for who we've got here, is this a right back? Burns should come in at right back, no questions asked. As for left back, actually, we're going to go left midfield. It's the new fella, Jozowicz, the Polish winger, wizard, electric sort of player, could be a game changer for Derby County later on. As for left back, they've got Forsyth operating at left back. That's where I expect to be the main man there, unless things change. Clark at centre back, good option as well. Is he on loan from Brighton or something, or did Derby make the move permanent? And Andre Wisdom has been operating as a centre back in the past couple of games anyway. I do expect him to be there as well. Louis Sibley was the man last time around. Of course, all kinds of problems for Rovers. I do expect him. I think he started last time around, but I do expect him to get a run out probably from the start this time. I'll put him up there alongside Jozowicz to complicate matters for Rovers moving forward. And also we've got Knight alongside Shinnie as the box standard defensive midfielders. That's how I expect Derby County to roll out. It might not be. It might be a little bit different, but that's just my opinion on the starting 11s. Moving on, what else do we have? We'll take a look at the last 4 games for Derby heading into this. It's been a pretty terrible start, if I'm honest with you. And to be honest with you, I'm happy for Rovers regards that we're playing them at this time. They did come into this on the back of a 2-1 loss to Luton Town, and it was at Kenilworth Road last time around. But they did open up the campaign with 3 home matches coming out of the Carabao Cup with a 0-0 draw over Barrow, ultimately coming through on penalties. They also opened up the season against Reading, 2-0 loss at Pride Park as well, which was not great for them either. And they also lost to Preston North End, also at Pride Park in the Carabao Cup as well, to crash out at that stage. So Derby County, not great so far yet, winless as the season continues for them. They're looking to get some points against Rovers and also against these 5 oppositions. They'll take on Norwich after us on the 3rd of October. That'll be at Carrow Road. Then they'll take on Watford back at Pride Park on the 16th of October. Meanwhile, they'll take on Huddersfield also on the road down at the John Kirkley Stadium or whatever it is on the 21st of October before taking on Nottingham Forest in a bit of a crunch clash in the Midlands affair there. Also away days for them, and wrapping up the 5-game stretch up against Cardiff, of course. That's Derby. What about Rovers? Well, Rovers come into this with Adam Armstrong, top goal scorer and the Championship, scoring 4 goals so far. Williams Dolan, Tyrese Dolan, the wizard, the unknown factor, Bradley Johnson and Lewis Holtby all getting goals as well across the spectrum. We're talking about Carabao Cup as well. As for the assist makers, Nyambi, Rothwell, Buckley and Rankin Costello all have assists to their name, and the only man with the yellow card to my knowledge is Darragh Lenihan. Moving on, shots statistics for Rovers heading into this. 30% of all of our shot or attacking avenues are coming down the left-hand side, which is the Adam Armstrong effect, I'd say. 25% coming down the middle and 45% down the right-hand side. Now, I usually say that's the Ryan Nyambi effect, but he didn't play against Wickham, so it's the Nyambi Rankin Costello effect. Meanwhile, as for possession-wise, 42% of all of our possession is in the middle third, 33% is in the attacking third, and 25% of the possession is in the defensive third for Rovers as we move forward. As for our shots, 5% of all of our shots within the 6-yard box, 51% within the 18-yard box, and 43% of all of our shots happen outside the box, and they come from the 60% from the left-hand side, 95% from the right-hand side, and 65% from the middle. We scored a few goals already, 4 from open play, 1 set piece, 1 counter-attack, and 1 penalty as well. So looking into this one, it's going to be a bit of a meaty affair, I suspect, between these two sides. Derby, usually, I'd fancy their chances, to be honest with you. They've got the tools and the ingredients to turn us over like they did at Pride Park at the end of towards the back end of last season. But I think we've caught them at the right time, guys. They're, of course, not playing well, struggling to get themselves in tip-top shape. Let's take a look at Rovers then, shall we? I'll try and construct an 11 for you here. Where are we? Let's get into it then, shall we? Of course, the man, the myth, the legend at the moment is Tyrese Dolan. No one knows too much about him, and that's the way I would like it to stay. So he's going to come in at left midfield. I did consider not playing him last time around, but he had such an effect on that game. I think he's getting to the stage where he's such an unknown. He's such an unknown for Rovers. He's such an unknown for the Championship. But he's making a name for himself, and a good one at that. Derek Williams, I think, will remain at left back. We still got the option of Ayala, one of our only recent additions, but I don't think he's match fit ready, so we're going to leave him out. Kaminsky, of course, remains between sticks. Amari Bell will still remain at left back. There are talks and rumours of possible additions at left back, but I think Amari Bell's got it nailed down for the time being. Darrell Lennon, of course, will wear the captain armband. The question is Nyambe or Rankin Costello. I think Nyambe will start this one. The question marks will be now where do we stick Joe Rankin Costello. Adam Armstrong should lead the line down the middle, of course, are hot on form at the moment. I'm going to go with Rothwell in a three-man midfield with Brereton out wide. Holtby, I think he's going to be a key asset for us as well, pulling the strings in the middle of midfield. And Bradley Johnson will take over the reins from Lewis Travis as well. So there is a spot for Joe Rankin Costello somewhere. He might even be at left back. You might even see him at right back. Or you might even see Tyrese Dolan coming off from the bench as a more conservative approach, because Derby are a decent side and they could turn us over if we come into this all guns blazing, and you know, with this trio up top, I think it could be a bit too adventurous, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to stick with it. Dolan has been a revelation so far, and the only thing that's stopping him from being the star of the show is Adam Armstrong's goal, so that is that. Meanwhile, Rovers coming to this on the back of a 4-game run. Well, I wouldn't say a run, it's a 4-game of our 4 games, of course, beating Wickham last time around 5-0 at Ewood. We did lose to Newcastle and Bournemouth. Newcastle in the Cup, Bournemouth in the League. And we also opened up our campaign with a 3-2 win over Doncaster, also in the Cup as well. As for the next 5 games for Rovers, let's take a closer look at it. Cardiff at Ewood Park. Back-to-back home games for us, actually. And they're both tricky ones. Cardiff on the 3rd of October. Then it's after the international break, we're taking Nottingham Forest, also at Ewood Park. Then it's Watford and Coventry away days, Vicarage Road, and wherever they play. I think it's St Andrews maybe. And then we'll wrap up the 5-game stretch up against Reading, boys and girls. So as we edge closer to the kickoff, of course, I want to remind you, of course, the last 6 games between these two sides have actually ended up more in favour of Blackburn Rovers than Derby, despite the last game. It's actually the last 6. Blackburn Rovers won 4 of them. Derby County have won 1, and there's been 1 draw. Of course, that one defeat was that last match against Derby County, where Louis Sibley put on a star show for himself, and Chris Martin got himself a couple of goals, with John Buckley getting himself sent off. Of course, that was the last game Rovers had fans in the stands. It was at Derby. Before that, Rovers were on a nice little unbeaten run against Derby County, which stretched back 5 additional games. We won 4 of those, and Derby actually only picked up a draw. However, that was across all venues, all grounds, all competitions. The last 6, though, at Pride Park sees 3 wins for Derby, 1 win for Rovers, and 2 draws. That last win for Rovers was back in 2016. Marvin Emnes on the score sheet. Was it that goal? I don't think it was that goal. Danny Graham, the winner as well on the 73rd minute. Vidro, the 1-0 goal scorer for Derby. So yeah, it's not the most happy of stomping grounds for them. Of course, Derby winning 3 of the past 6 at Pride Park. But prior to that win, 3-0 a win at the back end of last season, Rovers were unbeaten all the way back to 2016 at Derby. Derby actually lost 6 of the last 7 matches in the Championship, whereas Rovers also lost 6 of the last 7 away matches in the Championship, and they've also conceded, Rovers have conceded at least 2 goals in 7 of the last 8 matches. The form, though, heading into this, Derby's home form is not great, and across all competitions they've actually only won once at 3 games at home, and that was against Barrow in the Cup, and that was a penalty win. Whereas Rovers away form yet to win this season away from home, but they've had 2 decent performances as well. Moving on to what else is going on in the Championship, let's take a closer look at the other games taking place this weekend. It will be Huddersfield Town taking on Forest. That will be this weekend, starting on Friday the 25th of September. Wickham will take on Swansea. That's on Saturday, one of the early kickoffs, as is Watford and Luton. That's a bit of a derby, a bit of a country clash to that one. Barnsley take on Coventry. Preston North End against Stoke. The game of the weekend, though, is at Pride Park, with Derby County take on Rovers. Birmingham City taking on Rotherham. Millwall taking on Brentford. Cardiff City taking on Reading. QPR taking on Middlesbrough. Bristol City taking on Sheffield Wednesday. And Bournemouth Bournemouth taking on Norwich. Those last two games coming on Sunday as we head into it. And as we take a look, this is the state of play out in the Championship. And Reading are your leaders alongside Bristol City, with Luton in third spot. Bournemouth, Norwich and Birmingham make up your power six. Down the foot of the table, Sheffield Wednesday are down there with, of course, -8 gold points because of the old financial implications. Wickham and Forest going down as it stands, and just because it's all decent. Take a look at the top goal scorers charts. And Adam Armstrong lead the way with 4 goals. Kiefer Moore second, alongside Lyndon Dykes and Matt Gooden for Coventry. And there's a whole bunch of guys on 5. And as for your statistics there for the Championship teams at the moment, the top possession team at the moment is Derby County with a 57.8% possession. As for Rovers, we sit in second spot with 56% possession. QPR, Forest and Norwich make up your power 5. As for your most aggressive, Barnsley already got 3 yellows and 2 red cards to name. Luton's got 5 yellows. Birmingham's got 5. Norwich, Wickham's got 2 yellows and 1 red. And Norwich are in there with 4 yellows. As for the aerial duels, Cardiff lead the way on that one, 65.9% of all aerial duels won. Birmingham are in second. Huddersfield, Preston, QPR make up your power 5. As for shots per game, Brentford lead the way on that one, 19.5. Blackburn Rovers are in there with 18.5. Middlesbrough, 14.5. Norwich and Coventry make up your power 5. As for pass accuracy, Derby lead the way on that one, 83.8% of all passes reaching their intended target. Reading, QPR, Brentford and Huddersfield make up your power 5. Now, before we bounce out of here, what does Digicast think will happen this coming match day between Derby County and Blackburn Rovers? Well, she's going to have a full host of Championship predictions on the channel a little bit later on in the week, but today, sneak peek only, here she is with her predickaroonies for Derby Rovers at Pride Park. Show me what you got. And finally, folks, before we bounce out of it, I want to showcase a list of some of the players that have played for both Blackburn Rovers and Derby Counties. You should see it scrolling down here on the old screen here. Who is your favourite player that has played for both Blackburn Rovers? Of course, Ashley Warder's got a bit of a controversial name to himself. He was known as the relegation man. Also, Alan Wright, deadly left back in his day. Also, Marcus Olsen played for both sides, of course, Derby more recently. And then when further up the field, we've got the likes of DJ Campbell, Leon Best, obviously Leon Worst for Blackburn Rovers, and also Jeff Kenner, Sheffy Cucci. There are also some big names in there. Of course, Rabbi Savage to boot. But anyway, that's it, my friends. That's all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you are new, bang your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, World Football related. We're going to all here, boys, under a one, a Ruski. That's right. So I'm going to be getting this bad boy on the tune. That's right, showcasing the old, of course, mask and all that kind of jazz. But I'll be looking forward to Blackburn Rovers up against Derby. And speaking of that game, I will be doing I hope to be doing, I fingers crossed should be doing a live watch along for that game right here on YouTube and also on Twitch. So if you're not following me on either of those, make sure you bang the subscribe here. Also follow me on Twitch just in case there's some digital snaffaroos that prohibit me from being live on the old YouTube. So that's this Saturday. The best way to find out the latest and greatest about that is also follow me on Twitter as well. Any updates regarding that will be posted on that bad boy. But that, my friends, is it. Again, check out the old description, links to my other social media platforms on there, and of course, Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. But the best thing to do, of course, is to bang your subscriber to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, World Football related. We're going to all here under a one, a Ruski. That's it, my friends. I'll see you all very soon. Hopefully, Rovers make it 2 wins out of 2 to make, because this one will be a statement of intent. If we can beat Derby on their own turf, early days, we could actually get ourselves looking good as it starts to heat up in the middle of October. But anyway, until then, I'll see you all very, very soon. Till then, stay safe, mask up, 6 feet, all that, and I'll see you all soon.